How does a man go from this to this?
Not aggressive. Crazy almost. That's the best way I can describe it. Just he was seeing nothing else at that.
In the blink of an eye. He had such an amazing MMA career, but everything went up in flames. Was he that good guy that somehow turned evil? Or did people never really get him? This story is definitely disturbing. However, we can't help but ask ourselves, what exactly happened to War Machine?
I'm a little bit of a character, Speak my mind, and I do a lot of impulsive things. But it's got me in some trouble. Cost me some money. I'm trying to really, really, really think before I act. It's hard, but I'm trying. So I'm just trying to, calm it down a little bit.
Before changing his name to War Machine, he was born Jonathan Paul Koppenhaver on November 30th, 1981. Most of Koppenhaver's mental breakdown can be attributed to his very rough childhood. He grew up in Los Angeles, where his father worked with the LAPD and his mother was a nurse. However, his mom was a serious drug addict. Her addiction led her to lose her job, but that was just the beginning of her downfall. She became a stay-at-home mom and was always hooked on hard drugs. This put the responsibility of taking care of the home on Jonathan's shoulders. He had to find ways to provide for both himself and his siblings. To add to his already established trauma as a child, one day when his father was off duty, his father had a heart attack in their residential home. Koppenhaver, who was just 13 years old at the time, had no idea how to perform CPR. He tried and tried and tried to give it a shot, but he wasn't getting the right techniques, leading to the death of his father. Koppenhaver was broken and traumatized, got expelled from the Military College of South Carolina before finding a place where he could unleash his anger and still get paid for it. That place was the MMA. After going 4-1 in his pro MMA career, he joined the 6th season of the UFC's Ultimate Fighter tournament as a replacement for Roman Mitrichan. Despite acting in a somewhat primitive manner on the show, he was still loved by the UFC and fans alike. He was loved so much that even after losing on the show, the UFC gave him another opportunity to earn a contract on the show's finale, which Koppenhaver won. As you can see, he was obviously doing great. All he needed to do was to keep up his pace. However, out of nowhere, Koppenhaver turned evil. In February 2008, he was sentenced to 3 years of probation and 30 days of community service for starting up a fight in the parking lot of a bar. Also in February 2008, Koppenhaver pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor charge of assault and battery. With so many arrests and convictions surrounding War Machine, the UFC certainly wanted nothing to do with this man. And after his fight with Yoshiyuki Yoshida at UFC 84, he was released from the promotion.
But the UFC, there's no question about it, is the premier organization when it comes to MMA, and you were asked to leave the UFC, and a lot of MMA fans that are watching this right now are probably saying, you know what, even if he didn't want to accept a fight and Joe Silva got mad at him and asked him to leave the UFC, that's okay, but his comments about Evan Tanner are unacceptable. Explain those.
I thought that, he hadn't made enough money in his career. The UFC didn't pay him well enough. This is a reality for a lot of fighters. This is what I'm probably going to do. If I don't make enough money fighting, and I'm getting to the end of my career, I'm getting older, I'm not about to go work a normal job, and I'm probably going to kill myself too. Fighters, my friend Dustin Levens killed himself last month. His coach, Jeremy Stevens, I forget his last name, killed himself 6 months ago. It's going to be a thing that happens because a lot of us, we bust our balls our whole life. We fight. We don't get paid what we're worth. At the end of the day, we have no retirement, no health insurance, nothing to show for it. And that comes depression, that comes problems, and that comes potential suicide. So I was actually sticking up for Evan Tanner. The UFC got a hold of me and said, that I wasn't supporting the UFC because I was saying they don't take care of their champions. So they fired me because of that. I was never disrespecting Evan Tanner.
After his release from the UFC, War Machine decided to get a second job as a male adult star. He signed with LA Direct Models and worked as an adult star for about a year. It was during his time in the adult movie industry that he met his love interest, Christine Mackendale, or as she's known, Christy Mack, a very prominent adult film actress at the time. Christy Mack and War Machine met on the set of an adult movie being filmed. According to Christy, it was a beautiful moment that sparked an instant attraction between them. After a few months, Christy and War Machine started getting together and entered a relationship. Despite the fact that Christy is almost 10 years younger, they both seemed happy and even got tattoos of each other's names on their body. However, it got to a point in the relationship where the love they had started to fade away. War Machine suddenly became aggressive, physically harming Christy on multiple occasions and repeatedly cheating on her. During that period, War Machine signed with Bellator MMA while continuing his adult film career, appearing in over a dozen films in the space of 2 years. With Christy Mack, War Machine became disgusted with her career as an adult star and wanted her to quit acting in porn movies. Christy agreed to quit porn, but the status of the relationship became worse. It became very abusive and toxic with very frequent fights. Mack, who was frustrated with the relationship, started seeing a friend named Corey Thomas. Although Christy Mack told War Machine that she and Corey were just friends, their relationship became sexual. After 2 fights with Bellator and a year of dating Mack, War Machine committed a crime far beyond any crime he had committed in the past. A crime against humanity, and a crime that put him behind bars for life. But before we talk about that, we've got a monthly shoutout contest for our subscribers where we give you the chance to earn a free shoutout in one of our videos. All you have to do is subscribe to our channel and comment "I subbed" in the comment section down below to enter this contest. So come on, hit that subscribe button and comment "I subbed" now. This is a warning. What you're about to hear next is extremely graphic. What you just heard was Christy Mack's 911 call the night War Machine attacked her and her friend Corey Thomas. War Machine snuck into Mack's home while she and Thomas were in bed around 2 a.m. in the morning. When War Machine saw them both, he immediately attacked Corey while Mack called the cops. According to Corey's side of the story, he said, "He came on top of me and got me in a rear naked choke, and I thought to myself, oh, okay, he's going to kill me now. I figured to myself, I'm in the wrong bed at the wrong time with the wrong girl. I'm bleeding from my face and I can't even see." War Machine then turned his attention to Mack after Corey was able to break out of his hold, pack his things, and run for his life. War Machine unleashed a whole new level of terror on Christy Mack by raping, beating, and cutting off parts of her body. Mack was helpless. She endured the pain for 2 gruesome hours. Most definitely the worst 2 hours of her life. After the abuse, War Machine saw the injuries he had inflicted on her and decided it was best to kill her. He headed for the kitchen to get a bigger knife that could do the job. Christy Mack realized at that moment that if she didn't escape, she'd be dead when he comes back. She immediately used the last of her strength to climb out of the balcony, jump over fences, and run to a neighbor's house for safety. The police finally arrived and took Mack to the hospital. They searched the house for War Machine, but he was nowhere to be found. Christy Mack sustained a serious leg injury, missing teeth, a shattered eye socket, 18 broken bones, a fractured rib, and a lacerated liver. As news broke out of what War Machine did to Christy Mack, Bellator MMA immediately terminated its contract with War Machine. TV star Corey Harrison, Dwayne "Dog" Chapman, better known to the television viewing world as Dog the Bounty Hunter, and a few MMA fighters all set up a bounty hunt for War Machine, who was hiding from the police. After a week, on August 15, 2014, he was found by U.S. Marshals and Simi Valley Police hiding in a cheap hotel. He foolishly kept posting tweets at the time of his hiding, looking for a way to garner sympathy. The police tracked down his IP address and had him arrested. After being extradited to Nevada, he was charged with 36 felony counts including attempted murder, several counts of battery, assault with a deadly weapon, lewdness, and kidnapping. In October 2014, he attempted to take his own life and left a note apologizing to Christy Mack. He was placed in special confinement and had sporadic appearances in court to June 5, 2017. He was found guilty and sentenced to life imprisonment with the possibility of parole after 36 years in 2053. War Machine's story is very tragic and disturbing, but it doesn't end there. According to a post from TMZ, he got married to his pen pal Ashley Farrington while in Nevada prison back in 2019. War Machine also found faith in God and tendered a heartwarming apology to Christy Mack, who never went back to acting in adult films after the incident. In the apology, he says, "Not a day goes by that I don't regret and hate what happened. They might all hate me, but no one hates me more than I hate the man I used to be. And from the bottom of my heart, I apologize to Christy. I'm sorry, Christy. I'm sorry for what happened. I'm sorry, Mama Mac. I'm sorry, Sean. And I pray for all you guys." While War Machine hopes he'll be remembered for his days as an MMA fighter, he might go down in history as one of the most sadistic and mentally ill MMA fighters in history. Make sure you check out this other video showing on your screen, and bye for now.